Welcome to the show. We are right inside Divine Mother and Me, and Creative Universe Checkpoint Earth presents What Twin Flame Magicians Need for Union. What Twin Flame Magicians need for union. As a teacher, I stand for and do the work of Divine Mother on Earth, being her priestess of union. This makes it possible to provide you with a relationship in which you can safely find your true union and develop and sustain your union consciousness. Today on the show, we have What Twin Flame Magicians Need for Union. And I for sure need to explain this title because it was, again, I would like to say, a little bit difficult to formulate a title that would immediately be understandable. So, what do I mean that we're going to do today? We are going to do research with oracle cards that I prepared on my table here beside me. And we're going to do that intuitively. And we ask the assistance of Divine Mother. And what are we going to look into? We are going to look into the fact that since 2020, the year 2020, people come to me often, know me from, let's say, a multidimensional or a multi life incarnation relationship that have like met me before in other lifetimes, you could certainly say, that just like me have some sort of a relationship with being a magician. And that just means a very spiritual person at heart. But there are also black magicians, and these are, in essence, the people or the part of you that doesn't necessarily yet align with the true source of creation. That which you need a good relationship with to be with your true twin flame in union now. So when you would come to me now, and that's what you're doing here, then you are getting into relationship with me for the reason of you wanting to be with your twin flame in union. And that means in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. And I can pass that on to you. And within that process, you will get to realize in your heart, in your experiential field, in our relationship, that you need to make a different choice. And that is about being a magician that has not yet or not fully yet made the choice, the decision to be in the right kind of relationship directly to Source Creator. And you need to make that decision now. And otherwise, you sooner or later fall out of the journey within my school and you'll find yourself in a place where you can meditate on the fact that you can make that decision. You make it, you return, we're in the relationship again, you've chosen Source Creator and can now be with your true twin flame in harmonious union. So, in the right way, in a beautiful way, in a fruitful way. Because sometimes we can have our twin flame walk around in our lives a little bit and do a little bit, let's manipulate them, dark magic on them. Also, when that is so-called well meant, but you're not creating anything that I am truly about. That experience will also quickly fade away out of your life because it's not sustainable. Certainly not in true ascension, in union consciousness, in harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, in divine love. That experience is like that. When you do it like that, it's not sustainable. And there will be moments in which your soul remembers, like, ah, yeah, I was in this relationship with Petra before, somewhere, someday, in another place, in another time. And I am a sort of a magician, and we are sort of magicians, and that's what binds us. And we are in a sort of a magic circle because of that. But now the next step presents itself. Do I actually want to make the choice to traverse the water, to go to the other side, because I genuinely want to be in a concrete, correct relationship with Source Creator, and therefore will be able to be in a lasting and harmonious relationship with my true twin flame? Now, in this lifetime, with a joy in the heart that reverberates in eternal spaces everlastingly. So it is about the twin flame magicians that I attract. Maybe you are a magician at heart, in your soul's memory of past lives, of, well, who knows, future lives, parallel lives. I don't care where these lives are, right? Soul fragments. You feel that you have something to do with that. But now you need to make a choice. And we're going to look into what these twin flame magicians need for union. Maybe we find out more about why they're here, why they're connecting with me, who I am. Well, I guess we're just going to find out what Divine Mother wants me to talk about today while we research this topic a little bit with oracle cards. And let me for a moment explain why we have the possibility to become a paid Patreon member on this and all live shows. You can listen to it and enjoy, and that is fine. But if you want the content of these shows to spiritually work healing on your union, you invest in the messages. That's how you support your union healing. Money unlocks it. All right. So let's start. Divine Mother, guide my sight to the card deck that you want me to start with. Okay, well, I saw it. I saw it. And it is the, well, it's actually not the, sometimes I think she wants me to start with the vampires, but we're starting with the transformation. So we have the vampires still in our future, another card deck. But this is the Oracle of Transformation, of shapeshifters. Right, so maybe magicians are shapeshifters, right? First you're one thing and then you're the other. Well, many times we do have beautiful, magical, like mythologies about shapeshifting from a human into an animal and back and whatnot. This happens a lot. And magicians are well known to be able to present themselves as animals and whatnot. And when we make a walk in nature and we meet animals spontaneously, then we can also see the magic meaning of that. All about shape shifting of consciousness. And yeah, I think that is a very magical topic in itself. And you could even say that the twin flame magicians that I'm talking about right now here, they are invited by my relationship with them and by the fact that they are coming in my school to shapeshift indeed into another version of themselves that is fit for their everlasting twin flame union, right? And I mean, that is just the best decision that you can make because that's what you want also. And it's your ultimate version. It's beautiful. So don't worry about that in that sense. But no, this one. Okay, I saw one, and here it is. Artemis of the Forest. You are now independent and free. Artemis of the Forest. Well, Artemis is like well, here she is. Here she is, and this is her totem animal. This is her animal. She's like Diana, but that's in another culture. The same sort of goddess, mythological figure as Artemis. That's like, the ancient Greek people and the ancient Roman people, they had their own name for her, but she's like one sort of goddess like mythological figure. And I think, isn't she also Isis? Makes me think about it. But whatever it is, she's connected with deer, the deer here. The female and the male deer are completely here, which is also a twin flame couple. And Artemis is therefore also known as the goddess of the, how do you say that? Hunting, deer hunting. And I think, in many cultures, there is this practice of you know that the deer are actually sacred, but you need them for your culture to be consumed and every aspect of that animal to be used for your survival. So you speak with the spirit of the deer before you go hunting so that you know where they are and you know which one wants to offer themselves up. And then that is some sort of a sacred exchange, you could say, or like a sacred offer that is being asked, something like that. That's what it makes me think about, and that is also really, the role. That's where the role of the magician traditionally sets in our ancestors' societies, to make these connections with the animals and make like these sort of karmic debts clean or something so that we can survive while taking their lives, and that is okay for God, so to speak. And that's really also, yeah, that's really the role of the magician sets in there, and that is also scientific and archaeologically scientific, because this is also what is being discussed in the book, that is a scientific book about archaeology, about the history of magic, that I bought this summer because I was presented by it by miracle, by magic, by Chris Gosden, from Alchemy to Witchcraft, from the Ice Age to the present. Um, Really, really interesting. I I still need to read much more in it, but it's already absolutely fascinating and very well written. So, Artemis of the Forest. Well, there's something else going on here, because right before I started this live video about this very topical topic, it's very present day. It's very recent that it's playing for me. It's important these days, but also these weeks and these months and the last 5 years, because I started to talk about this whole topic in 2020. I have published an article, a blog on my website that is about this whole topic. I will put it after the video is over and you can watch the recording. You will see the link to that article on my blog. And what is more, I will actually also put it right now in the chat here from the live video. Well, there it is, but I will make a better one to be published underneath the video when you watch or hear the recording. And so the last 5 years, I know that these are the kinds of people I attract, and that has happened multiple times. You are these magicians. We are this circle of magicians. You are supposed to learn something here. You are supposed to integrate new information in your soul here. You need to come to my actual school behind the YouTube screen for that. It is not able to be gotten from YouTube. And right before, this is what I already started to say, and then my story just took another bend, but now we're again at this bend in the story. right before I started this live video here in my office atelier, some hours ago, I heard this plof, something like, and I was like, what? And I couldn't tell what happened. But then maybe 2 hours later or something, I just can't even remember. I got up from my uh, place where I always sit, and I was going to the kitchen, and then I saw on the ground that something fell off the wall and rolled on the ground because it was on a chain. And what fell off? And now I got up from the floor. This is the deer. Do you see the deer? A silver deer. I also had a gold deer, but that also broke off and was ruined. I'm not sure yet what to do with this one because now this is also actually ruined, and I had to press it on. But it's also still a snow globe, and it is still the deer. This was the silver deer. You know, in the Twin Flame Abundance Now year group course that starts up again on November the 1st, 2025, like in 2 weeks, we have a gold and a silver program. How about that? And now we have a gold and a silver deer. Well, actually, to be precise, in the program that opens its doors on November the 1st, in which you can go to your consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union, and we'll work that out for you. But you can also become a union coach, which will be your twin flame mission, which is very attractive to attract your true twin flame in and to have your consciousness state of harmonious union too. And in that version that opens up in 2 weeks, we will actually not have the silver one, but we will all be entering the door through the gold door, because you need that in combination with the coaches module to become this twin flame coach that I have in store for you. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned, and yeah, take it up. Take my offer up when it's here. There's only days to go. Why do we have the deer? So I think it's about Artemis and about Diana. I'm just going to look up right as we speak. Oh no, I just want to go to normal Google. Normal Google, please. Artemis is Diana. Let's see what Google thinks of it. Yeah, Artemis and Diana are essentially the same deity, says my AI inside Google. Artemis is Greek and Diana is Roman. And is it also the same as Isis? Does my Google AI think that? No, they think that Isis is another one. But someone else on the internet feels that Isis is the same one. So let's, for a moment, you can also see how you can spiritually resolve questions. What about this? We're working with the electromagnetic field, and being connected with truth and with the Divine Mother and what my pendle says about it. So my yes is like this, and my no is like this. All right. So is Artemis and Diana the same as Isis? So my pendle says yes. Right. So that means it is the same as also what we know from present day Christianity, Mary. And all of these are also symbols or personifications of the internal energy system connected to the Holy Spirit and God. well, you could maybe visualize it as there or something, but also like in the inner space or in the heart. That's where that energy system is connected. The energy system that runs through your body and, your energy body and whatnot. The chakras, but in the creative identity system that I stand for and that I recreated for present day twin flame use in co-creation with Divine Mother, it is the 9-point energy system that is also connected to God on the inside, in the heart, or to God, or over there, or however you want to say where it is connected to that. And Diana, Isis, Artemis, Mary, they are personifications of that life force power that can create. It creates a spiritual child, an actual child, something of union consciousness. Yeah. So, why are we talking about this? Because, well, where we're now in the story, you could certainly say that your choice is to let your Artemis on the inside, your energy system on the inside, become connected again to the true source and stop being separated from that and be just an energy system that has lost its source and is wandering around on the earth. Feels a little lost and alone, loses its life force energy before you know it, and therefore starts to leech off other people and other energy sources for survival. This is not how you're supposed to live. You become a manipulator. You become a beggar. You become a vampire. While actually, this is the reparation. You repair your relationship with your inner animalistic life force energy, which is also the twin connected to the twin flame. It is connected to the body, to life force, to energy, to making your own energy in your own body and using that, making full use of the body and the energy system in its full, like, animalistic almost, sensitivities and intuition, but also connect to the twin flame aspect of it, which is to God, because that's where the source creator of twin flames is. That's God. And make these things connected again inside of you, not be separated anymore. Right. And what is more, the relationship with the deer that also fell off of my wall right before this card reading started today. The silver deer, right? It was actually a chain that I could wear around my neck. Here it is again. That is also a symbol for the relationship that we have, you and me, in our magicianship, in the fact that we are magicians and form a circle of magicians together. Because I clearly remember a lifetime in which I indeed was the elder, the mother, the clan mother of a circle of, you could say, magicians, but it wasn't called that. It was called differently because I remember that of the Native American incarnation of mine. And the Deer Clan was what it was called, right? And the Deer Clan, um, the Deer Clan was, you had clans, they were families. That was a societal structure. But then you had like let's say, the spiritual head of every family clan would step out of these families and come to me to be a circle of spiritual leaders with like an elder or a mother or a leader from all these family clans, and they came into one deer clan, and that was like the central magical spiritual leadership clan. And I remembered that lifetime, and I have a peace vow from that lifetime, and that is so that I need to hold you accountable to being this spiritual elder for your community in peace, in non separation, in remembering who you truly are, in reconnecting with the divine, in reconnecting with your twin flame union source. So that's what I am reminding you of. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this work. That's why since 2020 I did not make a secret out of these things. I actually published all these long stories about it that you could connect with these kinds of things on my website for the whole world to see. So these are not like secret things that after 5 years and after I followed Petra for 3 full years on all her YouTube videos, and now she comes up with this and I don't agree with it or something. That's nonsense, because I have published these intentions of mine openly for the whole world to see. All right, Artemis of the Forest, you are now autonomous and free. Well, that's where we want to bring you. We want to bring you back into this state of being where you can be the goddess in your natural surroundings that you naturally are. Or the god, it doesn't matter. It's about who you are as the twin flame union. Because that's where you will find your independence and your freedom and your connectedness to the divine and your connectedness to my peace vow circle of transformed magicians. But you need to choose to transform. So maybe you're still thinking that you can hold on to being manipulative, selfish, having your twin flame because of your selfish reasons instead of having your twin flame union in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union because of the sharing of mission for other people. That's what you're called to. So I just sort of remind you of the responsibility that I have. And I invite you to do that in my circle. And I give you the means for that. And I give you the marketing for that. And I give you the mission and the material and the timeline and the education. And I'm going to give everything that you need. You just need to remember who you are, say yes, and come to the Twin Flame Abundance Now year group course on November the 1st. And keep at it for the coming couple years so that everything that we have as an intention right now also comes to bloom. You need to allow it to work on you so that it can come to bloom, and you will stand there soon enough in your full twin flame union, in harmony, in mission with your twin flame. But you need to make the choice. All right. Well, that was the whole story again for one card only. From one card only. Can you imagine? I have like 12 more cards or some card decks here, something like that. So let's see. I think the story is kind of clear at this point, don't you think? Give me a reaction with a comment below so that I know if you understand. That would be cool. I am seeing, actually, very interesting. I didn't know that we were going to do this one, this deck, and also right now already this one. it was so very funny when I was preparing this deck. I was like, really? Are we going to like look into the Chinese medicine approach to the body and the energy body? And, where are the meridians and whatnot? And how are the energy systems that work together with like your intestines, such as your lungs or whatnot, what have you not, right? And which systems are maybe compromised and like preventing you from making this choice? That's, I think, that we're going to ask Divine Mother to point out in these cards. Like, give me a card that points out to the people that are watching um, what maybe meridian and like organ may be compromised, because it's difficult to make that choice. It is the heart meridian, yoga postures to make that better, breathing exercise to make that better, and more yoga postures to make that better. Heart meridian from 11 to 1300 hour, that's like from 11 to 1 p.m. That is the time every day in which the heart meridian is extra sensitive or extra active, actually both. So I am going to look into the rest of the cards, because there must be another one that belongs to it. Here it is already with the same color, also about the heart meridian, in which I can more clearly show you where that meridian is. And it is connected to the heart. Well, I guess you know where the heart is and how it sort of looks. A very interesting fact about the heart is that it is actually a vortex, because you can, like, this is sort of the heart, but if you would uncurl it, it goes a little bit like this. That's how this muscle that the heart is designed. Very interesting. So whatever, the blood, whatever goes around in it, well, the blood and the energy goes actually like this inside of that um, organ, which is a vortex, which is an energy vortex. And doing the twin flame inner work is an energy vortex. That's so beautiful. It has a working on the heart. And there we are. All right. So the heart meridian is yin in Chinese medicine. It stands for fire. Sorry, for summer. For afternoon, it is about joy and lust. It's about speaking. The tongue, bitter, red, heart chakra. The maximum energy flow is from 11 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. And the minimal energy flow is every day from 11 at night to 1 a.m. So that's why around noon you do the most heartfelt, full in the sun activity that shares with other people. And it is the best time to do your inner work, spiritual work. Visualization for making it better. Let's see. Here is a visualization of where the meridian is flowing, and two acupressure points that you can press and influence it for the better. So apparently it goes from here on the side of my pinky finger. And the acupressure points, when you are restless or have pain in your throat or are stressed or have heart palpitations or what have you. It's like here and here. What is it? Here and here. Here and well, yeah, 2 points here. So you might want to press there and press there. And see if you feel an energetic change, because this goes all the way here. And that is, of course, very much connected to here. And it's the same on that side. You can try both arms to press there. And the energy of the heart might become repaired. So I guess what it says is that it's a hard choice that you need to make. It's kind of core, it's kind of clear, it's kind of awesome actually. It's like, well, there it is. It's about stepping in that vortex of the heart. And if you don't, and you resist the vortex of the heart, well, be stressed, be not able to speak, be repressed, be separate from God, be separate from your twin flame, be separate from Diana, Artemis, Isis, Mary, and the life force of that, because she's connected. She's not unconnected and wandering around latching onto other people's energy. And this is the energy system of what I said, the 9-point energy system that I created with Divine Mother for use for twin flames for the present day. And this refers to energy point in my system, in another way of approaching the same question, to number 3. And we have a sort of a moon. And that is one of the sides of the Vesica Pisces, the symbol of twin flames. That is the overlapping circle with the overlapping middle shape being the heart or heaven. That's what it symbolizes. But we have one of the two, and it is the divine feminine side of this twin flame sign. This is just the back side of all the cards, right? But this is the sign that we had in the reading, and it is at the back side to be approached, and it is at the lower part of the back at the height of your tailbone. And that's an entrance to feeling at home in your area of sexuality, sacred sexuality inside your energy body. And it stands for the divine feminine. And it stands for feeling at home in your identity, in who you are, truly are, as a child of God, feeling sexually as expression of God at home with yourself. Which also makes a lot of sense, because we need to keep this other one here. What have I done? Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Let's keep the cards together, right? Because I always publish them after the reading is over, after video is over, on my Patreon, patreon.com/PEJ at Creative Universe. And you can become a member there. And there are a lot of beautiful advantages of becoming a member there, among which every month I decide upon the deal that is going to be a lot of money off for one of my awesome products or readings or services or coachings. And yeah, you can buy it for a lot less, right? It's once a month, another offer for you there. And I have a secret video series there going on and whatnot. So that's Patreon. And I will place a picture of the cards on Patreon afterwards. Yeah, we're going to do this one? Okay, apparently. So I already got the new card deck, but did I still want to say something about the divine feminine entrance point of your 9-point creative identity energy system? I guess it is sort of clear that you want to feel at home with yourself on earth and with God, who you are there, and connect yourself there too, and make that collide with each other. And that's what it really is about. And it is also about your feeling sexually at home. So, and that is the only place where that is with your true twin flame. So, again, like this entrance point in your energy field that just says, yes, this is what you need to do. This is what you should do. You should choose to reconnect, step away from the manipulation, reconnect with source creator, become a full Artemis of the forest again, accept that you are a twin flame and that you want to be connected into that as a child of God and not as a manipulator separate from God, and step into that transformed magicianship and come into my circle of the peace vow again, because you remember that. And now we have the Oracle of the Fairies, and I already saw the card. And the card is the truth about beauty, card 33. Beauty, physical lust, and sensuality. Wow. And look at this fairy. What a beauty, and what a sensuality, and what a color scheme as well. So sensual as well. And then the what is it called? Oh my gosh. Yeah, what is it? The butterfly, of course. Butterfly wings of the fairy, and the butterfly itself on top of the. How is that called? I know how it's called, but let me just translate that. Oh, it says fly agaric. Agaric? Agaric? What is that? Um, really? Huh. Well, I'm not sure if we have the right word, but you can see what it is. It's the mushroom. The mushroom. What is? I just can't find the word. It is mushroom with the red and white head. Okay, hat on its head. Anyway, you know which one it is. And when you would eat only a little piece of it, you will go into a delirium, which is a complete Alice in Wonderland trip. And then you get out of it, hopefully alive again. Not sure. So, in a funny sense, it seems maybe almost like, but what, Petra, what? I thought we needed to leave the magic behind and step into our true source relationship to be with our true twin flame and be like conscious and serious and stuff and step into your circle of peace. And it sounds not fun, but now you're just talking about beauty and fun and lust and sensuality and sexuality. Like what? Well, yes. Yes, because these fairy cards are emanations from Divine Mother, from Artemis. Fairies are emanations from Divine Mother. They need to be understood as that. They need to be understood within the right connection. They need to be understood within the right interpretation. And it's your interpretation that we talk about. It's your inner choice that we're talking about. But nature is still magic. Sensuality still exists. Oh, come on, it does. You know that. Sexuality still exists. Physical, beautiful, lustful, everything still exists. And you are that also. That's like your energy truth. It's true. Its true beauty will only be opened up to you within the relationship, the repaired relationship with Source Creator, inside your twin flame union that is repaired into a harmonious twin flame union consciousness state. That's where it will be revealed to you what that is in its full power and glory and shine and beauty. Beauty is from God. Beauty is peaceful. Don't you remember that when you feel peaceful in your heart, you see beauty around you everywhere? Just this ray of light coming through the window. And it's so beautiful because your heart is peaceful. That's how it works. All right. And now we are going to go to the Isis deck. Well, there we go. More Isis. Oops. Okay. Okay. So this card wants to come out. So there we go. Oh, well, this is a whole story, people, because what do you do when you have the divine feminine sensuality and feeling at home in the divine feminine place at the tailbone, the energy point where you go into energy point number 3, and with all its beauty and whatnot, what happens? What happens, people? You call in your twin flame, the what is it called? Yeah, the healing of the divine masculine. That's what you're calling in. Well, there we are. When you repair these aspects that we now talk about, the divine masculine is attracted to you and becomes healed as well. There we are. There we are. Osiris risen or rises. Well, what a powerful image. What more can I say about it? This is just exactly what it is. But it also means that from the underside of the back and the spine, you feel different because you feel at home now in the basic level, literally level of your body, around your genitals and what you sit on and all of that. Very basic, right? And your sexuality that lives there. And when you heal that, something also rises, just like the divine masculine rises. And that is the spine rises in a new way. It erects itself in a new, yeah, how shall we say, attunement. It opens itself up to above and gives you support in a brand new way. And that's what's going to happen to you. When all these things happen in you, they also happen in your twin flame. And that's why they come to you as well. Yeah, I think now we're going to look at the vampires. So let's see if the vampires cards have something to say for us. And which card is going to move? I saw this one. All right. Supernatural. We can't explain it, but it's really amazing, magical, and miraculous. There it is. Amazing powers unlocked through these steps in healing that you're going to take. Oracle of the Roses. Both? Okay, both. All right. Let's see. Sub Rosa. hidden beneath your eyes, mysteries, learn and teach. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to me like hidden, but you actually see it. Hidden, but right below your eyes. Something like that. Hidden, but it's right below your eyes. Well, anyway, mysteries, learn and teach. Well, you step into the mystery, into the vortex of the heart. And that's where you are able to learn what you need to learn. And you will be able to teach. And you're going to teach what you learn. And that's the big trick of becoming a twin flame coach, which will be possible when you step into the year group course Twin Flame Abundance Now on November the 1st in 2025. This is going to be actually like the main thing. You are going to learn to be open to your true teaching, and you pass that on because you've stepped into the right vortex. And yeah, that is like acknowledged here. It's like when you let go of being a magician that is in resistance, a magician that is against God's flow, a magician that is empty and going around like a beggar and a vampire, and you step into this circle of the peace vow with me, and you lay beside you what you thought you were before, and you become this transformed magician. That's how you're going to teach. And you're going to teach exactly that which you have now released. That's that what you have now undergone by coming to me. And that is what you will exude to other people. Even without doing anything, people will feel that because you have freed yourself. You've so-called become the white magician now, the God's magician, twin flame magician, true twin flame magician, right? And the other one from the Roses Oracle, bud, like rosebud. Okay. Potency, promise, it will happen. Please continue. You are this already in the bud, and it will happen. It will happen for you. Everything will happen for you if you step into this invitation. And now we're going to have a look at the spiritual insight cards. And, well, let's first do these then. And then in the personal insight cards, because maybe we can get are we going to get a card for what is the problem that you need to learn? Yeah, I feel that. So this one. Yeah, okay. This is what you're learning. For every step that you make in the direction of God, God will make 3 steps towards you. In Dutch, my mother tongue. That's what you're going to learn. Because it may seem difficult to make that step, like you feel resistance, you feel like, I don't know, you feel like, ooh, I feel this fear in my heart trembling, like, wow, something is happening here, and there's something in my soul that resonates with what Petra says now, but I don't understand, and it feels just scary, so maybe I should just walk away. But maybe you should do it, because for every step that you make in the direction of God, Divine Mother, your true twin flame, true union, becoming a transformed magician, God will make 3 steps towards you. So it pays off. And let's see for the personal insight cards. So, well, that one flew out. This is what you're going to learn. I will release all my expectations about what should be, and I open myself for what is here instead. Well, kind of self explanatory. And now we're going to look in the ever so spiritual Egyptian card deck to see what it wants to say. All of them? Gosh, I just got a whole bunch out of it. Well, let's see what they want to say about this topic. Desert. You're in a desert. In the spiritual desert, wandering around, thinking you're so smart. That sounds kind of negative, but I mean like thinking you're like self-satisfied. You're like, yeah, I'm someone that has something with spirituality. That's enough. Why should I open myself to something greater? But that's a desert. It's actually not fruitful what you're doing. And here we have the Great Mother. Well, this is Divine Mother herself in Egyptian. Nekbet, the Great Mother. She will take care of you. She comes to fetch you. And I am the spokesperson of Divine Mother. So this is the invitation for you. Crystals. And the healing power of them. Amit, the monster that you will meet after you die in Egyptian mythology, that will eat your soul when your karma isn't released. So you should work on your karma now. That's the lesson. And that is the choice that I ask you to make. It's just a choice so your soul won't be eaten. But often we turn that around and we start to become fearful for the very thing that frees us. Sirius, the star of the higher consciousness. This is what you're going to choose, your higher consciousness. Choose the star, just like the pharaohs of ancient Egypt did, the star of spiritual wisdom. And everything will be made okay for you. And now we're going to look into the Native American deck that is connected to this story of the Deer Clan, after all. So this one sticks out. And what do you think? 44 cards. The deer. And a shoe, I have to say. Number 7. Beautiful. Let's have a look in the booklet for this one. The deer means unconditional love. Just as unconditional love is complex, so too is deer's gifts. In some creation myths, she is said to sacrifice her life so that the world may come to life. The antlers are strong symbols of strength, power, and protection. Because they are shed and regrown every year, they also represent the cycles of life with a season for everything. Deer also symbolizes gentleness, both emotional and the idea of walking gently upon the earth and with other creatures. Hunters would pray to deer, asking for a successful hunt and a promise only to take what was necessary for life. That's the story that I had told you before about Artemis. Moccasins, so these are the shoes, the shoe in the front, remind us of the long pilgrimage that is life, our long journey towards the full expression of love. When strength is required, be strong. When forgiveness is required, forgive. Pay attention to what is needed and let that guide your actions. Strength, unconditional love, knowledge of the earth, the cycles of life. Speaks for itself that the deer again came forward. And I already saw it brimming in the shivering, vibrating in the corner of my eye for a little bit already. Now we're going to fairies again, and these fairies are dragon fae. So they are the potentiality of dragons. All of them? Well, all of them. This is a very potent topic. Some decks just want to throw me. Well, a lot of decks wanted to talk about this, and some decks want to throw me more cards. Just a whole thick topic, right? Fernia, dragon fae from these ferns. All right. Clarity. You're going to travel to clarity, like when you're in mental fog, the mental fog of emotional abuse, of narcissistic abuse, and not having boundaries and whatnot. You're in a fog of unclarity, and Fernia wants you to come out of that. Before I say more, let's have a look at the next one. The Blue Woman, Dragon Fae. And she has here, this is a dragon fae on the wall. And the woman belongs to the dragon fae, which is also some sort of a shapeshifter situation, like human to animal situation, right? Nothing is impossible. She has these very interesting black feathers and whatnot. A very beautiful dress. Nothing is impossible. 39. I just want to have a look. 39. Fernia. Okay. We already said something about that. Oh. You may think that things are impossible, but that's not true. You might be afraid, but fear is not real. You just need to choose and put your will in line with God's will. Nimue. Look for the advice of crystals. Oh, we just had Egyptian crystals as well. Now we have dragon fae crystals. Dragon fae crystals. As healing tools, also to reach this clarity, right? They can help you reach this clarity. Natural resources that can help you reach this. Pendragon, pure masculine energy. So this is the divine masculine in the form of the dragon fae. And we just had the divine masculine of Isis Egyptian card deck as well. So there he is again. He, of course, also plays a role. So you need clarity. Look for the help of crystals for that. Go away from mental fogginess. Decide to align with God's will. And your true twin flame, divine masculine, or whatever your counterpart is, will join you there naturally. Nothing is impossible. The world is a hologram and the heart is a vortex. Don't forget that. You're on the twin flame journey because it is able to be made come true. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on it. God is not cruel. Divine Mother is not a cruel mother. She gives what she promises. My life is a testament of that. Let's go to the card deck of Mary Magdalene, the twin flame of Jesus. Okay, I see a card. No, I see this one. All right. Oh, confusion. Well, so I think there is a lot of confusion. That's why you need that clarity so much, right? But confusion can also be a fertile chaos. And once you make that step out of that fertile chaos to go to the clarity, to go in my proposal, to align yourself with God, to make a step in my direction, to come into the circle for transformed magicians, or the ones that are transforming themselves as we speak. When you hold my hand in the school, and then you can look back and say, ah, yeah, I was in an error, and that error was just a whole fuzzy chaos. But it was also a fruitful chaos because it made me eventually step into this new opportunity. And that's how you forgive yourself. All right. We're going to have a look in my own mission and union cards. Card deck. I'm going to look at the booklet on my screen. I saw one. Which one was it? Oh, this one. This one. To build a number code manifestation that is yet on number code manifestations that are yet unknown. The builder number YB 1.3. Well, the text walks a little bit off the card, as you see, and that is also one of the reasons that I have actually made a new design, and we're still a little bit working to that time when I can release that new design. I've been working on this card deck for 10 years. Over 10 years. You see the pyramid and the ball inside of it. And through that walks a number code. And it says 1, 2, 8, 4, 9, 3, 7, 5, 6. And that is the 9 numbers from the Created with Divine Mother 9-point energy system, but then with the numbers 1 through 9 in another order. And that order is a vortex, and that order is a healing code. This is one of the secret healing methods within my twin flame method. There you go. You can learn more about it in the school. Let's see what the booklet says. Whole through numbers. Well, that healing code makes you whole through that number. Following the ultimate strategy, that is that numeric code, is a numerical journey that lets you travel through your energy field in a healing way. You travel from the new earth, number 1, to the new communication of number 6, and all the areas in between contribute to your healing of your being so that your communication has value. Do you know that this is exactly what we will be doing to create you into a union coach, a twin flame coach, in the year group course Twin Flame Abundance Now that starts on November 1st? We will walk you through that healing code. That will be exactly what I chose to be the education for you as Twin Flame coach. It's going to be awesome. A value that you can express in numbers from 1 through 9, and they are connected to the infinitely deep content of our divine energy, anchor points in your energy field that can come online and purified for a unified life, enhanced by the magical order suggested by the creative ID system. This sounds easy, and it for sure is, when we cooperate with what every step again brings and choose love in every moment. Progressing through the number code is thus a magical act that is in direct relationship with your union and your spiritual sun, source. This makes every ordinary moment into a spiritual deed with which you help your twin flame by purifying yourself so your union can become renewed by every moment that is holy as well because it represents the space where love comes together between you and them every time again. You are the symbol of the soul, the sun, and the source. Now, for your twin flame, and the relationship in that space becomes the gift they grant to their highest good and truth. The beauty of this is deep and powerful. Relationship thus becomes, for the union, a feast of deepening of the me, their soul's identity. The self comes forward out of the more superficial I they earlier still believed to be. The circle is perfectly round, and unknown experiences can commence that will enrich both of your lives. You are the spiritual teacher of your twin flame when you can see that you go through the numbers because it represents a value that desires to that they desire to receive from the union. You walk the route of the ultimate strategy, which is that number 1, 2, 8, 4, 9, 3, 7, 5, 6, and take your twin flame with you on it. You give them the opportunity to uncover their deeper identity by also following this magical formula. Yeah, you you do something good for your twin flame when you make this new choice to become the magician that is connected to God. You do something good for them. They will be able to experience deeper love. Don't you think that a twin flame relationship should actually about actual love in the relationship? And what more loving is there to make it possible for your twin flame to experience the depth of their being and to be that one for them that hands that to them, that opportunity? Is there a deeper, more loving thing to do? So heal yourself and hand your twin flame the possibility to heal themselves too, and to get to know themselves in that deep way too. That's the gift that you are for them. But you need to make that choice to go to the other side of the water as magician within that movement as well, because of your soul's history, because of your relationship with me. And that's easy, just choose it. But you feel it already. And this video just makes that more aware for you. Let's see. There is something that we haven't seen yet. And here it is. It's the angel deck. So, Divine Mother, can we get one or a couple of angel cards for angel answers to close this off, please? Did we have everything? All the decks that I prepared. We could also get some. Oh, really? All of them? Okay, well, this is like, this seems to be my most important reading and video to date or something. I don't know. We can also do something like this. Let's do that in a second. That's going to be cool as well. And I just got an entire part of the deck here that we need to excavate. So let's do it. Within the next few months, well, the Twin Flame Abundance Now school opens the door again within the next few months, you need to come in. This is for that happening, Look for a sign. This video is a sign that you need to say yes. Romance is for you on the horizon because that is going to be the result of it all, which is then going to be the basis for your mission. Say no to the rest. Say no to other things. That's sometimes what people forget. You need to focus. Right. If you want to buy this beautiful special dress online from this amazing designer, then you just inquire what it will cost, and then you start to save money for it, and you just look at it now and then on your phone. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Wow. But what you're not gonna do is then spend your money on all kinds of other dresses. Or like keep on looking at other designers. No, you wanted that dress. Focus, people, focus. All right. Within the next few weeks, well, within 2 weeks, the school opens, which is my new Deer Clan. It's my new Deer Clan. So please come join the Deer Clan. You're called already in your heart. You know it. I'm always I'm always so stunned why this freaking card comes forward because I don't like it. And I always translate this card to like no compromise or like make a choice and focus. I think that's just sort of what this card means to me, because this is not something compromise is not something that plays a role in the universe, in the spiritual teaching that I share. All right. So make the choice. That's how we're going to read that card. And now we're going to look in the numbers and letters and a couple of dragon stones and also what's it called? The pink stone. What's it called again? All right. I'm just going around inside it now, putting a little life force into the letters. There are also some emojis inside of it. Okay, let's try to grab a hand. This is it. Woo! Oh my god, that is also so much. Are you crazy? BNXTGEORYKIW and a heart. All right, this is just can you believe? And a smiley face and a hashtag. Hashtag transformed magician. IJLMP7. Okay, 7 is in the system of 1 through 9, the energy system that I created with Divine Mother. This is Divine Masculine. And it's like the vision and like there. HUFEO. Well, this is too much. And a 4. Did I say a 4? And a G and an I and an ILK. Well, anyway, I think I now said all of them. A 4 as well. And the 4 is in the energy system, sort of the belly and in front of you. And it is where you meet each other in the social atmosphere, more or less. Let's put the smiley faces and the numbers, etc., on the right. And let's have a look at what kind of word I maybe see or something. Um, hmm. It looks like I want to make home in Dutch, house. And I already started the word, but there's no S. So that's like the home is incomplete. And then I was feeling the word world in Dutch, my mother tongue, wereld. But then there's also no last letter, the D. So that's a little weird. Um, so I feel that there's a beginning of feeling truly at home spiritually inside your union, and there is a beginning of feeling at home in your mission towards the world, but there's no completion yet. So together we need to form this new circle of transforming magicians so that we can complete your home, your feeling at home, and your mission in the world, so that we can complete the word home and the word world. And we're going to begin because I found the word begin. I made the word begin. That's completely here. So we're going to begin together in the group year course to Inflame Abundance Now. We're going to begin. And I see the word box. Um, so maybe that'll be some sort of a box in which you can transform. You're sort of a caterpillar that needs to lock themselves up a little bit into their cocoon or whatnot, or chrysalis, or however you want to call it, because they need to transform themselves, dress in a different way. When they come out, they will be a butterfly. So you sort of need that box for a little bit. And that's going to be the Twin Flame Abundance Now year group course for you. That's why I created a a school program, right? Because you can transform yourself inside of that. Um, we're now, I still have some letters left. And when I just let the rest be the words that we already have, now looking at the rest of the letters, what if they can form something? So this could be a 0 or an O. What do you think? I was looking at it for an O. We have a U here, but in my Dutch language, jij. I could do something here, but it needs to come across to me as like meaningful. It needs to come across to me in a moment like, yeah, that's it. This hit of recognition of such a word or a fraction of a word or whatnot. So that's what I'm looking for. Well, I think we're here. We have come in my Dutch language, kom. You need to come and join. You need to come in. This is my invitation. And we have you in my Dutch language, jij. It is you I'm talking to, not to some sort of imaginary other person that didn't watch this video. So it's really you that is watching or hearing this video. Um, and your twin flame, because we have TF, twin flame, as well. So of course it is about your union that we're talking about. That's the one that is being impacted here, even if it is only via you. You impact your union because you're an integral part of your union. That's how you can influence what happens in your union, by influencing yourself. It's a very powerful stance to make. That's how the healing of twin flames works. And then I have a P left and was like, what's this P? That's me. That's me, of course. Petra. In Dutch, we say Petra. It's a word that seems to be coming from, well, Peter is a well-known male name. That's some sort of the male counterpart of Petra. But Petra itself, I mean, that's a complete word. It means stone in Greek. So Peter is also said to come from stone, from Petra. We had 2 stone guards. The crystals is a stone, right? So there's more stones here. That's my identity. Even not the incarnation in the Native American one that I remember from the Peace Vow and the Deer Clan, but the last incarnation of myself that I remember at this moment from right before this one is in the 19th century. And that's when Petra was also in my name. Can you believe it was my second name? So, and then we have the hashtag. So this is all like hashtag home world begin box you come twin flame Petra. This is all like hashtag come join me. Okay. Come in the peace clan. Join with our bellies, number 4, and have the insight that you need to do that. And it also stands, number 7 is this, for your divine masculine twin flame. It is all about love in the heart, peace in the heart. There's the heart, and it will make you happy. Here's the smiley face. And now we have come at the end of this reading. Divine Mother, thank you. Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tu, Iesus. Sancta Maria Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo et spes nostra salve. A te clamamus exulus filii Evae, a te suspiramus scimentis et flentes in hac lacrimarum vale. Ea ergo advocata nostra, idos tuos misericordes oculos et nos converte. Et Iesum benedictum fructum ventris tui, nobis post hoc exilium ostende. O clemens, o pia, o dulcis Virgo Maria, ora pro nobis sancta Dei genetrix, ut digni efficiamur promissionibus Christi. Oremus. Omnipotens sempiterne Deus, qui gloriose Virginis Matris Mariae, corpus et animam, ut dignam ium filii tui habitaculum effici mireretur. Spiritus Sancto cooperante preparasti da ut cuius commemoratione letamur, eus pia intercessione ab instantibus malis et a porta perpetua liberemur. Per eundem Christum Dominum nostrum. Amen. Your next step. Don't forget to actually start the process and jump on the team. Actively come to our community, start doing the correct inner work, and ask the support you deserve through our services so that we can start a relationship that will lead you to your harmonious union and beyond. When you're not in a relationship, you're not on the team, and you can't expect the results I am speaking of. Currently, we are going towards the opening of the door Once more, to Twin Flame Year Group course, Twin Flame Abundance Now, a new version especially for those that want to become a union coach and make your own money, but also accessible for those that do not. It will be the last time that I will open this door in this way, so you need to make your choice right now, nevertheless. I am looking for 6 people to step into this abundant opportunity. The door opens on November 1st. creativeuniverse.earth/abundance now launch gives you a website where you can already enjoy some fun previews. The show notes. You can, however, support this ongoing Twin Flame Live news as such. Make it possible as co creator. Without your participation and financial gifts, I cannot do anything because we need to have an energetic and verbal visual exchange for things to make sense and to know what I need to talk about for you. And also, we are on Earth, and that necessarily always works with money as a means to make sacred content actually physically flow. Therefore, I post the show notes in Patreon. Come over and enjoy. Have influence on the broadcasts. Don't miss out on the behind the scenes experience on patreon.com/PEJ at Creative Universe. October 2025's Patreon action is the Masters reading. Not €88, but 44. Do you want it? It's going to be an intensely beautiful, specifically for you written piece of insight that you can use on your twin flame abundance journey right now. Ask me for a link and ask me for, if you need to, the link to where I explain this service, and it'll work for you when you at the same time also have subscribed as member of the second tier of Patreon. I am Petra, in a consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union since March 2020. Worked with the new Christ Masters on Earth right now to roll this consciousness state out so everyone can enjoy the abundant life with their true twin flames soon enough, after going in with me right here. Don't search any further. You reached what you were looking for. Om. Amen.